Holy f, I'm sweating so much. It's like 90 degrees and I have a heat stroke. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to today's video. This is an exciting one because I have a lot that I want to do in a lot to one part. Anyways, we'll get to that really shortly. First, I got to do a quick run. I'll take you with me and then we'll get started on my brand new shift knob. All right, we're on our way to Advanced Auto Parts right now, or AutoZone, whatever, one of those. Hopefully they have what we need. I just need to get a couple things. I need a torque wrench, I need a lift, I need to get a couple things. I need to get a torque wrench, I need to get a jack, and I need to get some brake parts cleaner, and who knows, maybe a couple extra goodies while we're there, because why not? All right, we got some parts also back there. You can't really see, but we got our things. We're gonna head home and let's get started with installing this short shifter. And holy shit, I've complained twice already, but I don't know if you can tell, I'm drenched. It is humid, beyond humid here in the Northeast. You may be asking yourself, what shift knob did I get? Well, I'll tell you that I got the likewise weighted Daytona shifter. This feels amazing. It feels heavy, and well, I mean, it's a weighted shifter, of course it's gonna feel heavy. But not only did I get that, I mean, look at this, it's like an Apple unboxing. I also got their stendo rod, the rod Stewart, that's what it's called, to extend the height of our shift knob. We also got ourselves a Kartboy short shifter with the bushings. We're gonna be doing that installation today. And you may be asking yourself why? Why would you get a short shifter and then get an extension for your stick shift? Well, I mean, in the end, this would probably be better. It's gonna be an upgrade. I need to replace the old one anyway. And if I don't like the extension, I can always take that off. That's easier to take off than installing this later. Before we get started fixing this, I want to show you guys just why I got this short shifter and the bushings. Right now we're in neutral. As you can see, it's all right. Put it into first. It's got a bit of play there. Second, a lot of play there. A lot of play in third. And just a lot of play overall. So I'm going to make that feel a lot nicer. Before we get started, I want to show you guys a little bit more in depth about what we got. So, like I said, this is the likewise weighted Daytona shifter along with the Rod Stewart extension, which if you guys have never seen before, looks like this. Gives it a couple inches of height. It also comes with these lock nuts, bolts, two-way, you know the deal. To attach it to your short shifter or standard shifter to the bottom of your knob, or in this case, extension. We also have the two Kartboy polyurethane bushings, so hopefully we should get a lot smoother shifting. They also come with some pretty sick stickers if that's what you're into. Personally, I'm not going to ruin the paint job of this, but I might put this on my board on the underside, because who doesn't like sticker bombing shit? Last time you guys saw me was a couple days ago. I went under the car and realized I needed this shifter joint right here. The stock one that the car has is really rusted out, and I kind of like overlooked it. I mean, I thought about buying it. I was like, I don't think we need it. We could just reuse it. Big mistake. Had to buy this, had to wait a couple days. It's okay. We're gonna get started now. We're in my garage and it's still hot as hell. These right here are the bushings that I'm trying to change. Those, and that right there, that's all rusted and covered in oil. That is the universal pin that I just bought that we need to get out. And then we got to disconnect it from that side, get the other bushing out, and then work from the top. This is probably a better way to show you. This is what we're replacing underneath, and the roll pin goes right there. There's two of them. They slide right into each other. So we're gonna use these punch sets and just try to hammer them out. I think all I need is the two smallest ones, but I have these just in case. Never know. They were $15 at AutoZone, so. After an actual hour and a half of hammering, finally got the two pins out. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of flattened a little bit. It's not a big deal. We'll fix it, but I don't want to go drill it out and then have to buy a new one and wait even more. So this should just fit right back into this one. Once everything's all done, we'll hammer it in. Anyways, I got to take out the bushing that's underneath. That was right next to it. It's a 12mm socket. And then all we got to do is just get inside the car. And it's easier from there. Hard part is done. God bless. The last couple things we have to do is take these two screws off on the e-brake, take the screws off inside of the center console, take the old shift knob, of course, take the shift knob plastic assembly, and there's a couple more screws underneath that I'll show you once we take them all off. Here you can see the assembly a little better. I took the shift knob off, and as you can see, right behind the shift knob, there's two Phillips head bolts. In the middle, there's one, and if you didn't take them out, the ones in the back. And this should get rid of the entire center console assembly. After you take the center console cover out, all you have to do is take the dust cover off. That's that in the back. And then take off these screws for the plate, take the dust boot off, and unbolt the shifter. So it's the next day, and I finally got the shift system out. This universal joint is completely rusted, and it was stuck in there real good. So we're gonna take this off, replace it with the new one. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's absolutely zero movement in that. Like, that's not moving. So I'm gonna clean off this rust a bit, and I'm gonna take the last bushing out that's still in there that connects to the back. And yeah, while we're at getting rid of all the rust, we're also gonna go ahead and use a screwdriver or something sharp and just try to pop these bushings out. Sometimes you can just go ahead and push them out, but these are like, they're caked in there, so I'm probably gonna have to like burn them off or just tear them, and then we're gonna go ahead and put in the new ones, and we'll be all set. All right, there we go. We got that out. Here we have the rear shifter bushing that I took out of the car. You can tell it's pretty worn. It needs replacing, and even this bolt was seized, so that was kind of hard to get out. And here is the Kartboy kit one. It comes with longer bolts and an even bigger bushing. So we're gonna go ahead and install this and then put together the short shifter. What is up, everybody? It's been a couple weeks since I, posted a video on Susie, and you know what? I'm sorry. This video's been a work in progress for a little bit, and as you might have noticed, I've been through a couple clothing changes, couple facial hair changes, and it's been a rough time. Basically, as you know, I was trying to change the short shifter on Susie, and that didn't really go out as planned, because when you have a 20-year-old car, things go wrong, and they're like really rusted. Like, this is the universal shifter joint that I didn't know I had to change, so I had to order a new one, wait for that to come in, and then I had to spend 20 years taking the old one out, trying to put the new one in. Then once I got to the point where I got that in, and I tried to put in the bushings, like the rear one, the bolt thread wasn't catching and it wasn't going in, and I had to do a lot of asking around for people who had the right tools, because I don't have them. So we're done. That's all in. It's all set. We can continue. Finally, after about 2 or 3 weeks. The new short shifter is in. This is the old one, old, tall, clunky one. Like, you can tell it's a big difference, and like, things are actually smooth. Like, oh, it's just a nut. I'll show you when it's all done and put together, just how it sounds, but I'm so glad this is coming along so great. And we finally have all the trimming on the center console except for the shift boot, which we can just slide over. And I'll get a new shift boot eventually, because I don't know if you could tell, but the shift boot's kind of old and torn, and yeah. So we're gonna get this in, and I'm gonna try to put on the new shift knob. Once the shift cover is on the knob, you are ready to go on to the final step, which is putting on your adapter for whatever your model car is. Since I said I got a new knob, I'm putting in an adapter that goes for Subaru, and it should help us put on our new, likewise, shift knob, which is kind of long. It's a big boy, but I'll see if I like it with the extension. I know I got a short shifter, and then I'm getting an extension, and it kind of makes no sense. But if I don't like it, I can always take it off. And yeah, let's try putting it on. I'm gonna have to play around a bit with the bolt to make sure I put this on straight. And for the final part, we have attached the shift knob adapter for our car, and this is our shift knob. So we're gonna try to get this on. It probably won't be like, you know, with the logo facing us, but we can mess around with that. Hopefully it'll work. If not, well, it's not the end of the world. I want it to focus, please. Stop focusing on my carpet. That doesn't look too bad. It's definitely upside down. I might have to do something about that, because I don't want this facing that way. I want it facing me. And then the label on the extender is facing my passenger, which overall, I mean, it's a good look. I like it, don't get me wrong. It adds quite a bit of height to this, but it's alright. We'll see how it drives, and if I'm not liking how comfortable it is, we'll take off the extender, try it out with just the weighted shift knob, and I'll report back to you guys on that. Like I said before, I've been working on this video for a couple weeks now. My car has just not been functional, I guess. Basically, simply put, it's been having a lot of problems, and it's finally done now. It's all put together, and I can drive it and enjoy it. But it was a large paperweight for a couple weeks in my garage, and that's what happens when you get a 20-year-old car. So do your research and check the car out, like, before you buy it. Like, completely check it out, because like I knew I had the side panels, and that's going to be an issue for later. I still don't know what I'm going to do about that, but you know, I figured if there was rust on one side, there's rust other places, but I didn't really think it'd be that big of a deal. But yeah, as I showed you before, the joint was completely, it was f***ed over. So I had to wait for that, fix that. The chassis, the bolts that were in there previously on the rear bushing were also completely rusted, and when I took them out, they basically twisted the thread, and I couldn't get the bolts, the newer ones for the new bushings, and like the right orientation. If you know, you know. If you don't, essentially they go in at an angle. It wasn't going in at that angle. It was going in at a completely different direction, and it just wasn't working. Loud out. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for all the support you've shown me on all my last videos. I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and I hope you guys stick around, subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more Susie coming whenever, you know, things get done. School's starting soon, so, you know, college is I'm a junior, and I'll keep you tuned. I'm going to be working on this for a bit, and then yeah, I still got brake pads, I got brake rotors, and I need to get a wheel bearing for my back driver's side. But yeah, stay tuned. See you guys later. Peace.